Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today we're looking at Cyberfrog 2, Rekt Planet by Ethan Van Sciver. This is from All Caps Comics, colored by Kyle Ritter, and lettered by Eric Weathers. So this is the second issue, and let's open it up and check out the indicia. So I just want to prove that it's 2022, meaning it's less than 5 years old, meaning I do not showcase the entire comic. I'll just show a few pages. Why? Because it's still on sale. The creators deserve to get paid for their work. I'm not a pirate website. So having said that, let's start at the beginning. What is Cyberfrog? Cyberfrog is a cybernetic amphibious frog-like creature. Long story short, spaceship comes to Earth. They're supposed to find a dominant life form. I guess they were supposed to find a human and enhance it to prepare Earth for these things, the Vespers. And I'll show it when I go inside the comic. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, depending upon your point of view, a frog was first contacted and a frog was enhanced. Cyberfrog. So that's his origin. Cyberfrog came out for a couple of years. I showcased issue number 1. I enjoyed it a lot. He was a typical 90s wise-talking, extreme, violent superhero. And then Ethan moved on to Marvel and DC. 2016, the world goes berserkowitz. Either Ethan left or was kicked out. He comes back and he starts doing his own thing. He brings back Cyberfrog. And that brings us back to... So now, in the comic book, 20 years have passed. Cyberfrog was wounded. He comes out of the swamp. And now he sees this. Look at this. Look at this. So what's going on? The Vespers have taken over the world. And there's just these honeycombs all over the place. Just look at this ominous... So to me, this is the philosophical question. Is this a superhero comic or is this a sci-fi comic? I've always thought that like superheroes were a subset of sci-fi, but this leaves the superhero realm and goes into the sci-fi. But it's a post-apocalyptic alien invasion story, like the Omega Man or like a zombie movie. So with a superhero. So there you go. It's mixing genres. Look at these insects over here. And look at the lettering. The Vespers, the murder hornets, they have this blue, what's wrong with me? This red, this red board. And then Cyberfrog has this yellow, and then, regular caption boxes. And then the normal humans have normal, so the outstanding letter. So what do we have here? Cyberfrog is meeting his old friend Heather. And he bumps into this little girl, Lily, who's Heather's daughter. And this poor girl is out searching for her missing father. He gets reunited with Heather. I love that Cyberfrog's a little shorter than Heather. And they're out. She's filling him in all the details. Remember, he's been around issue 1, so he knows how effed up the world is right now. And he's just amazed that he found his friend. They find out that his ship that downloads his abilities, that increases his powers, regulates him, heals him, he can't find it. So she knows what this means, that he's on his own. He's kind of vulnerable right now. And then we got this. Look at this guy. Comes running out. But boom, giving us the stakes right away. These bugs, what they do is they inject humans with some sort of serum, and it converts our blood into blood honey that they use for feeding. So it turns out that I'm just going to show a few more pages. Look at that. Look at it. I got distracted. Heather's all covered in honey. And then we got this insanity over here as Cyberfrog goes into battle action. And I just want to show, look at this. I got distracted, but I don't know, he's just fighting. He's just fighting. And we'll stop here because, again, I'm not a pirate website. So you got a taste. So it's a classic story. He's a Pinocchio character, a term that I created back in high school. A Pinocchio is a non-human character that either lost his humanity or wants to be human, and therefore they kind of sensitive about humanity. So Cyberfrog puts up a good front about not being caring, not being tough, but inside he's sensitive. He's like Pinocchio wants to be a real boy. Although he never was human, he has a soft spot for his friends, and especially now this little girl. So he's going to reconnect with his humanity and help save everybody. Of course, hijinks ensue, problems arise. Again, I don't want to give you spoilers. I don't know what else to say. The first issue, the weakness of the first issue was the writing. Ethan Van Sciver is a phenomenal artist and, a beginner writer. This, however, gets us up to speed. The writing is excellent. The dialogue is excellent. The storytelling is excellent. What do I mean by storytelling? I'm talking about, let's look at this page over here. The storytelling. Look at this panel. Okay, so we see what's going on over here. Old friends reuniting. Little girl wandering off. Look at her face. You can tell that little girl's got problems. With you in this world, again, I'm not reading it. I'm just telling you what's going on. You can see that she's freaking out. She realizes there's a problem. The unknown shows up. Look at this guy. Look at the panic in his face. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. And then we all know, I already showed it, but we all know terror. Excellent storytelling. Excellent storytelling. So, the writing is great. Storytelling is excellent. The art is good. Coloring, oh man, I mean, what could I say about these coloring? It practically glows. And with all the super detail that Ethan puts on, poor Kyle has a lot of work to do separating all of this and making it so that it's not a mush on the page. The only criticism of the coloring I would say is, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. The background is kind of the same. It causes it to blend a little bit in my eyes. Sometimes I have to stop and really think, like, what's going on. Like, look over here. Each panel has a different majority color. I'll call it that. And it makes it easy to differentiate. Over here, all the panels have a very similar majority color. And sometimes it forces the reader to work a little bit. But that, what am I say? Nothing's 100%. So, I don't know what else to say. The quality of the physical comic, the printing, that's one of my big things. Excellent. This metal, is it a gimmick? Yeah, sure, it's a gimmick. Does it work? Absolutely. The detail, the J. Lee cover over here, everything about this is it came with stickers. It came with a bonus comic, Salamandra. It came with a plastic toy. I guess I should have showed it, but there you go. I can't complain about anything of this. It's been sitting on my spinner rack forever because I put a comic in front of it without thinking, and I forgot about it. And there I went. Now I'm trying to read all my crowdfunded comics, and now I'm babbling. So I will focus. Cyberfrog 2, Rekt Planet by Ethan Van Sciver. It's excellent. I don't usually give recommendations, but I really do think it's good. I can't wait for Red Extermination. I think it's number 3. But the first issue I was iffy on. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, the art is really, really the selling point of the comic. The writing was a little, I don't know, catch-uppy. You know what I mean? It was all just like, let's bring this up to speed. We're all caught up to speed. This is character. We're learning a lot about the character of Cyberfrog. We're definitely learning about Heather and the new character Lily, where she's up here. And then Colin. I'm kind of fascinated by Colin. Who's Colin? He's the leader of this survivalist group, and there's got to be rules. Everybody's got to work. He sees Cyberfrog as a threat, but he also kind of has a point. You know what I mean? So, and I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it. I already said too much. But there you go. Now I'm rambling. So I'll stop here. And good job. Can't wait for issue number 3. All right. Bye-bye.